Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Banks here, out here fishing. One of the sports where it's really laid back. No major burns as far as cardio, but that's all right. It's about being in nature right now and enjoying the company and time. Relaxation. That's the key thing about it, is being out and
What's your
relaxing.
YouTube channel, Mr. Banks?
It's my YouTube channel is honestly just
What do we look for?
Justin Banks. Is gonna be under a lot of fitness stuff, but I have no major title yet. I get to that, but you can hook me up on Mr. Banks, Twitter at Justin Banks 8, email me at banks.university@yahoo.com. If various ways to hit me up. I'm here with the Big Dollar Banks.
YouTube channel, Jamie Aston. Twitter, Jamie Aston. My Fitness Pal, Jamie Aston. Endomondo, Jamie Aston. Anywho, you just search for Jamie Aston, jamieaston.com. We're just fishing. I'm with my brother, Justin Banks, as he said, aka Superman. You know, we're out here. We're fishing at a secret location.
He's fishing. I'm
back
more
in
relaxing.
The country, a little place that we used to fish at when we were little. We were, still in high school and junior high and everything like that. Just a little place that we found one day, and we named it Turtle Branch, as I said in my video earlier. Got it named Turtle Branch because the turtles get caught on the railroad tracks and they can't get back over unless they get to another crossing, and they usually die with fine turtle shell. And so far, earlier in the creek we found a little mud pole that had a little bluegill. Check out my channel. We'll link these videos together, okay? Just look at that. All right.
So far I've caught a catfish, a bass, a couple of brim, actually a couple of catfish. They're all pretty small, but at the end of the day, it's about the fun, the relaxation. I'm done fishing for now. I've been using this pocket fisherman. Little-handed fisherman can fit in my pocket, basically. That's why it's called a pocket fisherman. And I caught every fish I caught on was on it. Little small little gadget that people made this, so you can just fish anytime with it. And for the most part, it's true. Look at him. He caught another fish.
This is, believe me, when you all look at this channel, you will see things that are small as your fingernail, all the way up to damn little old bass. But
now we're not trying to eat these fish, and it's not really saying that hell, he actually a great fisherman. And it's about catching the fish. You get what's out there. You get what's out there. And right now we're in a little small creek, and we haven't been out here in a few years. We don't know what's out here, but you know what? We're making a show out of it. Hopefully, no one comes here and scoop them up when they get bigger. But they're out here. So yeah, like I said, I use this pocket fishing. It works pretty good.
I got hungry, and the zombie apocalypse, I was on the run, whatever you want to call. These little fish will be good eating.
So.
Don't knock it.
And right there, he's caught another fish.
Now, and people that's looking at my channel, as I stated earlier, well, you're just catching these little bluegill. I don't care. Uncle Steve, you know it. Catching fish, especially exploring little water, is always fun, no matter what size they are. But we caught for a first today. We've caught 2 bass out of this location. 2 bass. And oh man, my battery died, JB, so I'm gonna have to get video from you. We've caught 2 bass from this location. And with that said, I'm happy because we've never caught bass in this little creek channel before. Never. And with also not ever catching bass, it makes me want to see if there's anything else in here now. Especially with it being landlocked. It's cool when the creek rises because some fish are going to come and some are going to go. But my grandmother has said that she's caught other fish out of here. Fish that she used to really like. A grilled cypress trout, bowfin, whatever you want to call it. And with that said, it makes me believe even other type of fish are out here. So, and right now we're just using a worm. On my channel earlier, or video, saw a little hole and still I didn't rescue those minnows, but there was a ton of minnows that were landlocked. Shoot. And this is where I should have my big reel to kind of get out where I want to. But man, if I had a little buddy, my little niece and nephew, they might get excited. On the for real side, I was like, no, catfish. A little bull here. Take your fins down. Last time your butter caught me good.
I think there's a catfish nest that we're hitting up. There are a variety of sizes and
Never big.
never big, and there's quite a few of them. And it's little catfish. A catfish can probably survive out of any fish, anywhere. So,
Yeah. So
I'm not an expert. I don't know.
they,
Just going my knowledge is fish in general.
Bullheads, yes, they can be in anything. As you all see, this water is pretty brown. It's pretty stagnant right here. My camera isn't on. I'm thinking like I'm still talking to my viewers, but yeah, we might just do a video in conjunction, just put it on both sides. I don't know.
Live action.
Man, I wish I had my other battery. I left it at home. Wish I had my other camera. I think I left it at home too. But we can record with that one. It'll work out. Alright, let's see what we got behind this tree. There you go. Now, what have we seen today? We've seen a lot of different things that were kind of cool. Even saw old dirty snake. And you all, honestly, this just brings back the child in me. Like, I don't know what. This reminds me of just being young. You just want to catch a fish. And maybe one of these days we're going to get to another location that we like to fish in. Oh, shoot.
I think the fish are camera shot now. When I didn't have a camera on the water, they were turning it up, pulling out a fish. I'm say every couple of minutes. Now, time hasn't gone by, but I think they're a little bit shy.
I'm gonna tear this like bobber up. There must be a knot in here somewhere. What the devil? That's leverage on this thing. I'm not getting good. Man, I should have remembered. I think years ago I got hung down there with that bobber. But maybe that's somebody else know. I don't get it right here. I just ran on it down here. What the hell? It's just twisting up too. Okay. I think this is what my brother really remembered. He's like laughing. Whenever I like to stay too long and I start getting equipment failure.
Hopefully, I just endorsed the pocket fisherman. Hopefully he doesn't throw it in the water. Uh-oh.
Now the catfish are biting.
I'm going uh-oh like it's gonna be something majorly huge, but hey, we're fishing. We're catching stuff. Put that in the pan, fry it hard, and eat it. It's probably been 3 or 4 years since I went actually fishing. So
Really?
yeah, it's been a while. So this is fun.
Sometimes people, just to get it back going in your blood, you just need to go to a spot where you're actually catching fish.
Yeah.
Even when they're small. You want to get a child into fishing. You can find a little hole like this. They don't care how big it is for now. You know. This is bringing back the childhood in me. And let me just go back. I'm going to look fishing a little bit deeper than what it was. But
Look at it, already hit. Mm.
Let me hit that spot again. You know, the cool thing, you know, we kind of turned this little spot off. But come back tomorrow, they'll start doing the same thing. But we don't. And that's something, one of just the pretty things about some of these little places. Um, Catching fish and, oh shoot.
I caught all of that.
You caught all of that.
Yeah. I got great angle. The whole cast,
That's not fun. Look at my line.
get you what?
My pole. Yeah, you all don't, you know, and we're not trying to so much endorse the product. You can fish with a piece of string and a branch. I mean, but
Or a piece of string in a Coke can.
and a Coke can, a piece of PVC, whatever, you know. But having something, just no matter what it is, something small, and you're with your kids, and you all are walking by, or you're exploring a little trail or something, you know. Of course, you got your fishing license, and man, yes. This will be fun. The kids don't need a fishing license until they're over 16, so you just get something like this and let them have fun. There you go. Come on. Really make a gun. Come on now.
When you get quiet in here, you start hearing noises. And you just wonder what the noises are. It's nature. But
Nothing too much wanting to kill you. You get afraid of. But
you always have to watch out. Snakes or anything. Which, I mean, honestly, we can say what snake can't attack us. Whatever. We're in nature's environment. Whatever animal comes out might feel like they're. We are the threat. So you always have to stay watch out because you are in an environment that is not traveled too much. You see I'm on a train track, but sometimes I wonder if a train even comes through. Yes.
We proved it. We proved this, if anything. These little holes right here have fish in it.
It has fish in it. It has fish.
Man, my camera's big. I don't know. It might take a lure and get something bigger. There we go. I'm just kind of slow rolling the bait through there. I can hit it, but couldn't stay on. You got a show enough chunk of it. Yeah, he took a chunk of that bait. Sometimes that's really what it is. Sometimes you're just fishing with a little smidge and you need to put some more bait on there. So it feels like that. Shoot! Oh man, that thing kind of took a hand on it, Justin. Interesting to see just how aggressive and what type of fish that could have been. So much of that bull guy. Okay, let's try something new. We're gonna try a gulp. Thank you for giving up your camera, JV, or recording this. We're gonna try a gulp alive cricket. Now, I've seen Uncle Steve fish with these, and you know, especially in little waters like this, that thing actually worked. And I'm like, you know, I don't see why it wouldn't. So instead of using live bait, I'm gonna take any little smidge of live bait I got left off for the hook and unload this cricket on here. Just put a little cricket. It kind of looks like a cricket. And gulp alive. Now I'm going to try out these different things, and maybe not today, but just so you all will see. My mom doesn't like to touch bait, live bait. I want to get her into a different hobby. She got us fishing. So we have night crawlers. We have maggots, earthworms, which is kind of like what we're fishing with today, live bait wise. And now we're going to try the cricket to be the first one I try. Now, back in the day, I used to use like crappie nibbles or whatever, and that stuff used to catch fish in circumstances just like this. Sneak off fishing with a little piece of string and throw it out there. All right. Let's see what we get.
You know, I wish we had all those bloopers.
Yep, it's getting a hit.
I wish we had all of those bloopers where you would get mad and throw the whole reel. Oh man, those are funny. We've had some good fishing stories. Now, out of us two, Jamie Aston is the better fisherman. I am not going to deny it. It's the truth. He is the king fisherman. But there are a few occasions where I do beat him. I have beat him in the past, and usually on those days though, his stuff just fall apart. The whole world just come crashing down. His reel will fall apart, it'll tear up, and I'm just steadily reeling them in, just reeling them in. I mean, the worst possible thing that can happen to him as far as fishing, the best happens to me. I can just pull him out, and of course.
Does it sound like sabotage, people? I'm starting to get something. I'm starting to put something together after all these years. I think my brother went through and unscrewed my reel or something.
Well, you would think that until one day his fell apart, and then I let him use mine, and then mine fell apart too. So
That is true.
I don't know if it was sabotage. You just hard on your stuff.
That is true. I cried that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet I wanted to go fishing so bad because I'm always the one. Like even still, he said he had enough, and I'm like, well, let's test some stuff out. Now, so far I'm getting hits, but the fish are not committing to the bite, and it could be because maybe if we'd have started off with the cricket, they would have just stayed on, or maybe they just want the worms right now. Now I can always dip this cricket back into the liquid as well and get some more juice on it. Maybe it's the juice.